Good morning to one and all. In previous class, we are discussed about so star to delta, delta to star conversion of star network to delta network and delta network to star network. So we are also worked out some examples. So today we will see the using of the KVL and KCL, Kirchhoff's voltage law and Kirchhoff's voltage law, application of KVL and KCL. So how we can apply the KVL laws and KCL laws to a network? So KVL and KCL laws. Okay. So first of all, we'll see application of the KCL. KCL is nothing but Kirchhoff's current law. Okay. So the Kirchhoff's current law states that the incoming currents, sum of the incoming currents is equals to sum of the outgoing currents. Okay. Sum of the incoming currents is equals to sum of the outgoing currents, or the algebraic sum of the currents, or the algebraic sum of the currents which are meeting at a junction is equals to 0. Okay. So that is the statement of KCL. So suppose consider this network. Okay. So here we have resistors. Okay. And we have 6 amperes current source. So this is the representation of the current source. So previously we are seeing voltage source plus and minus. Okay. So this is the current source. Current source is represented with some arrow with a circle. Current source is represented with the arrow and with circle. Okay. And this current direction indicates the direction of this current. Okay. So this arrow indicates the direction of the current source. Okay. And here we have different directions of the currents. Here we have to find out the unknown currents. Unknown currents are what are here? We have I1 and I2. Here we have unknown currents I1 and I2. So we have to find out this I1 and I2. Okay. So first of all, we will find out the currents. Here we have two junctions. So this is the one junction and this is the another junction. First we will see for this junction what are the incoming currents, what are the outgoing currents, and that we will write. Okay. First we will identify. So this is the 4 amperes current is coming towards this junction. 4 amperes current is coming towards the junction, this junction. Assume that this junction is some A. Okay. For this A junction, 4 amperes current is reaching towards this junction, and 5 amperes current is moving away or leaving the junction. Okay. And from this connected other paths are, so this is connected to this junction. So this is the current which is flowing through this path is I1. So I1 is leaving the junction. I1 is leaving to this A junction. Similarly, 3 amperes current is also leaving through this junction. Leaving through this junction. And 6 amperes current source. This is also current. So this current is coming towards the A junction. 6 amperes current is coming into the A junction. Okay. For this junction, the incoming currents are 4 amperes, 6 amperes. Outgoing currents are 5 amperes, I1 and 3 amperes. So here we have to write the sum of the all incoming currents is equals to sum of the all outgoing currents. So sum of the all incoming currents is 4 amperes plus, so incoming current is 4 amperes plus 6 amperes is equals to outgoing currents are 5 amperes plus 3 amperes plus I1. Okay. So incoming currents is equals to outgoing currents. 5 amperes is outgoing. 3 amperes is outgoing from this junction. And for this path, it is I1 is the outgoing. So outgoing, sum of the outgoing currents is equal to sum of the incoming currents. From this it is, this is the 10 minus 5 plus 3, 8. It will comes this side, it becomes as minus 8. So that leads to I1. I1 is equals to 2 amperes. Okay, I1 is 2 amperes. So this is the current of 2 amperes. Okay, next coming to this junction. This junction. So what are the incoming currents? 2 amperes is incoming, 3 amperes is incoming, 8 amperes is incoming, and outgoing currents are 6 amperes is outgoing, and I2 is outgoing. Okay, so I2 is outgoing, 6 amperes is outgoing. Okay, and 2 amperes is incoming, 3 and 8 are incoming. So this is incoming currents are 8, 2 amperes, that is I1 plus 3 incoming, and that is equals to I2 plus outgoing currents are I2 plus 6. Okay, so 13 minus 6. Okay, 13 minus 6 is the 7. So that is I2. So I2 is 7 amperes. I2 is 7 amperes. I1 is 2 amperes and I2 is 7 amperes. Like this, we can obtain the unknown currents by using KCL. By using KCL. Okay. Similarly, we will see another problem. So this is very easy. So this is by using KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, find out the unknown currents. Here we have unknown currents are I1, I2, I3 and I4. I1, I2, I3 and I4. So from this junction we will start. Okay. So what is the incoming currents, outgoing currents? So sum of the incoming currents is equals to sum of the outgoing currents. So 10. So incoming 10, this is the incoming current, and I1 is incoming current. 10 plus I1, 10 plus I1 is equals to outgoing currents are 7 amperes, 5 amperes. So 7 plus 5, that is 12. So 12. Okay. So I1 is 12 minus 10, that is 2. So I1 is 2 amperes. Okay. So I1 is 2 amperes. For this junction, so 5 amperes is incoming, 1 ampere is outgoing, I1 is also outgoing, I2 is also outgoing. So outgoing incoming current is 5 amperes is equals to I1 is 2. 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus I2. So I2 is I2 plus 3. So I2 is, it is 2. I2 is 2. Okay. For this junction, this is I2 is 2. Find out. Okay. For this junction, I2 is incoming, I3 is outgoing, 6 amperes is outgoing, and 8 amperes is incoming. 8 amperes source, this current source is incoming. So the incoming currents are 8 plus I2. I2 is nothing but 2 amperes. 2 is equals to I3 plus 6, or 6 plus I3. Okay. So that gives the I3 is 4 amperes. 10 minus 6, it is 4. Okay. So at this junction, it is value of, this is incoming, 12 amperes is incoming, 6 amperes is incoming, 8 amperes. This is the 8 amperes is outgoing, I4 is outgoing. So incoming currents are 12 plus 6, 18, and outgoing current is I4 plus 8. So 18 minus 6, 18 minus 8, it gives the 10. Okay. So this is 12 amperes, 6, this is the 18, and outgoing are I4 plus 8. 8 comes to this side, it will gives 12 minus 18 minus 8, it gives the I4 is the 10 amperes. So like this we can find out the unknown currents by using KCL, Kirchhoff's current law. Okay. So for this network, we have to find out the VAB, the voltage drop across A and B. The voltage drop across A and B, I1, I2, and I3. Here we have current source of 11 amperes, current source of 8 amperes. So you have to observe the current directions. Okay, current directions. So first of all, we have to find out the voltage drop. Okay, so voltage drop we have to find. So how we can voltage V is equals to V is equals to I into R. I into R. Okay, so here so the resistances are these three resistors are in parallel. Okay, these three resistances are in parallel. Okay, so with this parallel, what is the resistance, equal resistance? So this three resistors will get the equivalent resistance of R is equals to 4 ohms. This is R is equals to 4 ohms, and current. So at this junction, so the incoming currents at this junction, consider the KCL law. So okay, apply the KCL law. So what are the incoming currents and outgoing currents? So 11 amperes is incoming, I1 is outgoing, I2 is outgoing. Okay, 8 amperes is outgoing, and I3 is outgoing. So 11 amperes is incoming. So 11 amperes is incoming, and that is equals to sum of the I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus 8 amperes. I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus 8. So from this I1 plus I2 plus I3 is 11 minus 8 is 3. So I1 plus I2 plus I3 gives the 3. So this is the net current in the circuit. So here V is equals to, so I is the 3 and the resistance R is the 4. So this is the net current in the network. Okay, so I1 plus I2 plus I3, because the difference of these two current is 3. Okay, 11 minus 8 is the 3. So the total current in the circuit is sum of I1 plus I2 plus I3. So that gives the I. Okay, and the net resistance or equal resistance between these three resistors is 4. Okay, and from that the voltage across A and B gives the, because all are in parallel, so that's why the voltage drop across A and B is equals to 12 ohms, 12 volts. Okay, 12 volts. Now we can find out the each one. So across this parallel, the voltage is same. So that is the 12 volts. So at any point of this line, the voltage is equals to 12 volts. Now we find out the I1. So I1 is equals to V by R. I is equals to V by R. So I want to find out the current through this resistance. That's why I1 is equals to total voltage is the V and the resistance is 18. Okay, R is the 18. So 12 by 18. 12 by 18. So that gives the I1 2 by 3. Okay, and similarly we can find out the I2. So I2 is nothing but the current flowing through the 12 ohms resistor. So that's why I2 is equals to the total voltage is the 12 volts. Okay, divided by 12 volts, 12 ohms resistance. That gives the 1 ampere of the current. Similarly, to find the I3, the voltage is the 12 volts and the voltage is 12 volts and the resistance is 9. So 12 by 9. So that gives 4 by 3 is the 4 by 3 amperes is the current of I3. This is I3. So like this we can find out the voltage drop across voltage and the different currents I1 and I2 by using KCL. Okay. KCL law. Okay, I think you understand these concepts. So you want to explain this problem again?
Equivalent resistance 4 amperes allow 4 ohms.
4 ohms. Okay. So that is so these 3 resistors are in parallel. Okay. These 3 resistors are in parallel. So parallel resistances, how we can find out the equivalent resistance? R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So first of all, we find out the resistance across these two. So 18 into 12. 18 into
సార్ అలా కాకుండా 3 రెసిస్టెన్సెస్ ఫైండ్ చేయకూడదా సార్?
దానికి you have it is a big formula is there. Okay, for 3 resistance also we have the formula. Okay, that can be also used, no problem.
R1 R2 plus R2 R3 plus R3 R1 అలా ఫైండ్ చేయొచ్చు.
Yeah, there is a formula is there for 3 ohms resistance is also formula is there. Just for simplification I was not said that one. Okay, so it is easy. You can sell it, you can easily simplify simply. Okay,
Okay,
there is no confusion. Okay, so here we can find out IT. Okay na?
Okay.
So with these 3 resistors, first you find out the equivalent resistance are between these two. Obtained value is in parallel with 9. So then it is easy. Okay, and yeah, so with this resistance we will get the equivalent resistance of the 4 ohms by parallel combination of these resistors is the we will get the 4 ohms is the total resistance. Okay, and at this point of the junction, this is the entire junction. So what are the incoming currents, what are the outgoing currents? That is the KCL. By applying the KCL law, so what are the incoming currents here for this junction? So 11 amperes is the incoming current and all are outgoing currents. Okay, leaving the junction, all currents are leaving the junction. So that is equals to I1 plus
I2
plus I3 plus 8
yes,
8 amperes. Okay, so then we can get the I1 plus I2 plus I3 current. Okay, so I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equals to 11 minus 8 means it is 3. So some,
3 amp.
yeah, so 3 amperes. So that is the I1 plus I2 plus I3. That is overall current in the network. Okay, I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equals to overall current. So here we have to find out the voltage drop across A and B. Okay, between these two terminals. So that's why we can use V is equals to I into R. I is the, we find out the current, that is overall current is the I1 plus I2 plus I3, that is equals to 3 amperes, and the resistance, overall resistance we find out that is the 4 ohms, that gives 12 volts. Clear? So because this I is equals to all the summation of the currents, I1 plus I2 plus
Okay.
I3. Yeah, okay. So after that, so we got the 12 volts, and you have the resistance, and from that you can find out the I1. I1 is equals to V by corresponding
R1.
resistance. Yeah, R1 resistance. Okay. So here I1 is equals to 12 by 18. From that we will get the I1. Similarly, I2 will get the overall voltage is 12, and the current through the 12 ohms resistance we have to find out. Then it is V by 12. That is 12 by 12. Its value is 1. Similarly, to find the current through the 9 ohms resistance, for that the overall voltage is 12 and the resistance R is 9. So with that you can find the I3. I3 is equals to 4 by 3. These are the answers. You can try it your own. Okay. I think you got, all of you got this one.
Yes, sir.
If anyone is not understand, please respond. No problem. I will explain one more time.
Okay, sir.
Okay. These are the using the application of KCL. So now we have to shift to the KVL. So by application of the Kirchhoff's voltage law. So for the Kirchhoff's voltage law, we have to find out the I1 and I2. So here we have to find out the currents I1 and I2. I1 is current. So first of all, for a given network, we have to give the currents. We have to obtain the currents. So this is called as a network. This is called as network. So it is containing resistors and voltage sources. This is voltage source of 20 volts, and this is the voltage source of 10 volts. Okay, so it is nothing but an active circuit. It is active network or active circuit, because if we have a voltage source or current source is present in the active network, we can call it as an active circuit or active network. If there is no voltage sources or current sources, there is no sources in the present, then that network is called as passive network. Passive, active and passive. Suppose this source, these two sources are removed and just connected. Okay, just connected like this. Okay, then this particular network will becomes as a passive network. There is no sources. So by connecting these sources, it becomes as an active network or active circuit. Okay, so for this type of this circuit, how we can find out the currents? So here, this is the current of, see here, we can write the in the clockwise direction. We can go, this is the I1, and this is one loop. This is one closed loop. This is one closed loop. Okay, so the current is from this source, isn't that the current is going in this way and reaching to this source. Okay, and for this circuit we have to go in this manner, I2. This is I2. So here we have the two currents I1 and I2. Okay. So at this particular 2 ohms resistance, there are two currents are flowing. So I1 is coming in this direction and I2 is coming in this direction. Both the currents are difference current will be obtained here. So I1 is coming in this side and we are going in this way. What happens? The current is flowing in this direction. Okay. So with this we have to develop the two equations corresponding I1 and I2, and from there we can find out the two currents. Okay. First of all, we will apply the KVL. So KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. For that we have to represent the polarity notation. So when the current is moving from resistor through resistor, so this becomes as the positive source. This is positive and this is the negative. Okay. So in this circuit, this one is the I1. So while flowing through 2 ohms resistance, this becomes as positive and this becomes as negative. See here, plus and minus. Okay. So this is the positive and this is the negative, and this is positive and this is negative. Similarly, while this current I2 current is flowing in this particular loop, I2 is flowing through this particular loop, this becomes as positive and this becomes as negative. Okay. This is already plus and minus, we can't change it. Okay. So for this resistor, the current I2 is, this is the positive and this is the negative. This is the positive and this is the negative. Okay. So now we write the equations, KVL equations. Okay. So starting from this particular point, so minus this is potential drop. Okay. Plus to minus, this is the potential drop. So that's why to minus, is there any something noise is coming? Okay. So from starting from this point, so minus of 2 ohms into I1, minus of 2 into I1. This current is flowing through this one. So after reaching here, so this is nothing but, see here, plus whatever. This is I1 and this is the I2 currents, and this is the plus minus. Okay. So this is also plus and minus. Okay. So this is the plus and minus. Okay. So for this you have to find out I1 minus of I1 into 2 ohms plus, okay, plus 2 ohms into 2 ohms into here there are two currents are flowing in opposite direction. That's why I1 minus I2. I1 minus I2. Okay. So I1 minus I2. So this is plus, or we can take it as the, okay. So that is plus 20 is equals to 0. Okay. So then it is minus 2I1. This is plus 2I1. No, something is wrong. So this is the plus and minus. No? So this is the minus of 2 into I1 minus I2. So this is minus to minus 2I1 minus 2I1 plus 2I2. Okay, plus 2I2 is equals to plus 20 is equals to 0. So separate the I1 and I2 and take this 20 to the right side. So that is minus 4I1 plus 2I2 is equals to minus 20. So we can write it as a 4I1 minus 2I2 is equals to 20. So just we are separating the negatives. Okay. So like this we will get one equation. This is the one equation. Okay. So similarly we can write the second equation. So this is the plus and the minus. Okay. So are you get this one or understand this one? So from this point, this is the negative minus of I1 into 2 ohms, minus of I1 into 2 ohms. Coming to here, minus of 2 into I1 minus I2, because these two currents are in opposite direction. That's why the net is I1 minus I2, and that is plus 20, and that is equals to 0. Okay. So by simplifying this, we can get this equation: 4I1 plus 2I2 is equals to 20. Similarly, for this second loop, so anybody can please tell me what is the equation? Anyone? So this is the plus and minus. Okay. So minus 2 into I2. Okay. So this is the minus of 2 into I2 minus I1. I2 minus I1
plus 10.
minus 10. Minus 10. Because we are going in this direction, this is voltage drop. That's why this is minus 10, and that is equals to 0. Okay. Now separate minus 2I2 minus 2I2, again it is minus 2I2 minus in minus plus 2I1 minus 10 come this side, it becomes as plus 10 plus 10, then it is plus 2i plus yeah, plus 2i1 plus 2i1 minus 4i2 equals to 10. Equals to 10. Okay, now these two are equations were obtained. So this is the second equation. So from this we can find out the two equations simultaneously. Okay, so that is by using the matrices. I think all of you know the solvation by using 2 by 2 matrix. With this, how we can obtain matrix? We will obtain matrix of obtain matrix, that is 4 minus 2 2 minus 4 into I1 I2 is equals to 10 sorry 20 10. Okay, so with this these two equations, this is the 10. Okay. So with these two equations we can get the this matrix form. So from this matrix form we can find out the each current I1 and I2. So I think you all of know the matrix solutions. Determination
Sir,
of
I1 is 5.
I1 is already determined.
5. 5, sir.
Okay, very good. So what about I2? So you can solve it and put it in a group. Okay. So the time is last 1 minute we have. Okay. So like this we have apply the KVL law for the mesh or for the networks for solving of currents. Suppose we want to find out the voltage drop across 2 ohms. Suppose we have to find out the voltage drop across 2 ohms, then 2 into I1 minus I2, that gives the voltage drop. Suppose I have to find out the voltage drop across 2 ohms, then it becomes as 2 into I1. Once we find out the I1 I2, we can find out the drop across at any resistance. Like this we can use the KVL law. Okay. So again we have a class at around, you have any class at 4? We have class at 4 o'clock.